Hi, and welcome to my Tuesday evening live card making tutorial. This evening I have for you a brand new bundle just released today, Friendly Foliage in the November online exclusives. And the second I saw it, I was instantly intrigued. But it wasn't until I played with it that I understood it. And so I'm excited to show you how easy it is to use this stamp set, and it is just so pretty. It's so different than anything we've had before. So before that, though, let me start by introducing myself. I'm Shelley Godby, and for 24 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my Stamping Smiles blog, and my mailing list. So let's have a closer look. Okay, here we go. Here we go. At this bundle in the new packaging. So everything comes in the sleeves now, and I have this right here, and look at that, so reasonably priced. And so now everything comes in, I said a sleeve, but these envelopes, very nice. So the stamps are in here, and in between, whoops, there we go. So I'm using some of them, and so that's how that works. And I am just thrilled. Let me put this back in so I can show you later. The dies, look how they come. Well, they're really cool because, all right, so let's put this away. I want to show you something else though. Okay, there we go. And so on the front, you can see all of the images. That is so nice. And they fit in here. And then Stampin' Storage. So I have these magnet cards that up here. They now carry these. They carry them to fit in here, and they fit in beautifully. This is so exciting. This, I think this will eliminate the need to ever have two sheets of them. We will find out, but this is so nice, so sleek. But be able to see the images, fantastic. And I do love the new closures. They close so easy. All right, so this is available in a bundle, and when you order the bundle, you save 10% on both the stamp set and the dies. And who doesn't love to save money? I know I sure do. So let's see. Oh, Miss Cherie is here. Fantastic. And Miss Danette and Miss Zana. Is that Z-A-N-A? I think so. Fantastic. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is so pretty. And I fell in love instantly with one of the samples, and I made that. It was really quick to make. I almost demonstrated. I thought, no, I want to do something different, but I will show you that card at the end because I am just struck by it. All right, so are we ready to get going? So November online exclusives. So, we have a whole category of products that are released online only, not in any catalog. So you have to, the link is under the video to go check that. Oh, Anna. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Oh, and Miss Evelyn is here. And Miss New Jersey card maker. Okay, Nancy. All right. Well, I'm so glad to see you all. But you have to check out the online exclusives, because if you're not, you're going to be missing a lot of stuff. I assume my microphone is working well because you all are talking, so that's all good. All right. AZ even. All right, honey. AZ even. Oh, all right. Okay. And then Miss Roxanne is here. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so let's start with some stamping. And, you know what? For this little bit, I won't zoom in because I'll be die cutting in just a second. But then we'll come in closer, which reminds me, yeah, I need a piece of paper. Okay, so I am going to use shaded spruce. And what I'm loving about this is I think of shaded spruce as just so Christmassy, and my card is not Christmassy in the slightest, and with all the colors come together beautifully. So we're going to pick this up, slide that in, and I have, look at that, mounted on a clear block E, I believe. And if you're not using our clear blocks, they are fabulous. They're so easy to hang on to because you have these grooves that are polished. So comfortable to hang on to. All right, so let's ink this up. I want to get this ready. Okay, so with our shaded spruce, I don't know, does anyone else think of this only at Christmas? After this card, you'll be looking at shaded spruce differently. Okay, so while I have that, I'm not ready to stamp it yet. Let's go ahead and push, pull, and oh, Miss Cheryl, I know this set is gorgeous. And I have Summer Splash. This is one of the 24-26 in colors. You know, this will be retiring in a couple months. So if you don't have this, if you don't have your, okay, if you've got the pads and not the refill yet, get that refill. That's the first thing to sell out, followed by the cardstock. All right, so with a sponge dauber, I'm just going to add a little bit of the Summer Splash on here. Okay, stop. All right, so I'll be using this again. And that's now on the basic white cardstock. Whenever you're stamping on white cardstock, you absolutely want to use the Stampin' Up! Basic white cardstock because it has a smooth, tight finish to give you a crisp, clean image. So I'm just pressing everywhere because these leaves are solid. So I want a good image. And I'm so glad you're joining me. And if you would be so kind, please give my video a thumbs up and a share. And of course, come and say hello. And isn't that pretty? So the Summer Splash on there, it lightens up some of it. All right. So it's not really dramatic. So now we're ready to die cut and we're going to do some embossing. So what I have here is my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And all the supplies, unless I show you differently, like those Stampin' cards or magnet cards, are available and listed below the video in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. Speaking of that, I didn't put that up there for you. Let's do that. It was such a beautiful day. I got outside for a little bit. Just had to get out because, you know, it's November. We know that is fleeting, right? At least here in northern Michigan. All right, so we will start with die cutting. So what I'm going to use is my magnetic platform. And this is something we used to carry when we had the Big Shot, but we now have our own Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, but it fits the same place. And I gave mine away, so I need to go purchase another one. And this is the link to what I purchased on Amazon. And what I like about this, as I tell everyone, I don't need to use any adhesive, and it doesn't make me a perfect die cutter, but a much better die cutter. All right, so regardless if you use the magnetic platform or plate number 1 and plate number 2 that comes with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you need to use a plate number 3, a cutting plate. Oh, Miss Tammy is here too. All right, and so then we have our cardstock. And all right. And then the dies. I kind of need those. There we go. All right. So this fits all around it. And I think, oh, okay. I'm trying to see from, instead of my, I don't know about you, but I hover over top. I don't look at it from this angle. So that will cut out, the diameter. But this die, because I thought, what does this do? Oh, this is so cool. So we'll stick this on there at the same time. And it's going to give us, it's going to just leave the leaves and hollow out the rest of it, if that's the right word. Okay. Trying to see. Okay, there, that looks better. You know what? Not just the leaves. I was looking at the distance around it and thought that can't be right. All right, and so now that that's in place, and see I didn't need any adhesive, I need another plate number 3. Place it on top. Don't scoot it. If you scoot it, good chance your die will scoot. And we'll crank this through. Let's see what we got. Because this was I saw the pictures. I just wasn't sure how it would work. Okay. And take this off. And look at that. How cool. that you end up with all of that around it. Fantastic. And so we've got a little bit of pieces stuck in there, but real quickly, they just come right out. My Take Your Pick tool, that's always at my side. All right, so no big deal. I don't need to spend a lot of time doing that, but that's how you get those out. All right, and now I'm going to change to the plate number 1, the platform that comes with the purchase. And Miss Sharon is here. Oh, she's finally remembering. Well, good. Oh, you know what? I stuck it in my drawer. Hold on. This is the second week in a row. I'm okay. Really, I am. All right. I needed the specialty plate because I am using, and I have it right here. This is new today, too. The Beautiful Patterns embossing folder. Well, I looked it up to get, the link for you. And it doesn't say 3D, but feeling it, I saw that after it was all designed. Like, yeah, that's a 3D. And so because it's a 3D, what we want to do is use what I had to go grab, plate number 4, a specialty plate. Because with a regular embossing folder, you would put your folder with the paper in it between 2 of the cutting plates. That's too thick. 1 cutting plate, not thick enough. And so what we need with the 3Ds are this specialty plate. And you can purchase this separately. If you've got a big shot, you can do that. So we've got this. And then I've got here some Pool Party cardstock. I haven't used Pool Party in a good while. So this is fun. And making sure that looks pretty straight. And it does. And we're not cutting anything, so I'm not going to hurt this plate. And then the plate number 4, it can go in anyway. But we'll place that on there and crank it through. Well, thank you for the thumbs up, Miss Roxanne. All right. And we are done with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And then, so you can see this. Now I can zoom in as well, too. This, the beautiful pattern. All right, let's do this. Oh, good. There we go. And that beautiful pattern. All right. Things look a little brighter to me than they really are, but that may just be what I'm getting. All right, so we've got what we just die cut. Very, very nice. And this. So this card really is simple, but I'm going to do, we've been doing some blending lately, and I'm addicted. So what I have here is some more basic white cardstock. All right, and some scrap paper underneath me. And we are going to do some blending. And I do want to use my heat tool for some drying. So I'm going to start with Pool Party. There we go. And so we're going to start with Pool Party. We're going to rub it on our scrap paper to wake it up. There we go. I don't know if I'm... All right. So the Pool Party, pick that up, slide that in. And instead of that rubbing all over it, what we do now, and I don't know why I'm... Okay. We're going to tap on here. And then come over here and get some of it off. We'll start off on the edge in circular and then start adding our color. All right, so let's do some more. And I would like it a little deeper up here, so we will add more color. By starting off the edge, you don't end up with that blotch. You know what I'm talking about. We've all done it. And then you're trying desperately to work it out. The lights are different here. So, I did that manger last week, and my sample, my beam was darker because the lights weren't in my eyes. Okay. So I would like, there we go. It is lighter at the bottom and getting darker as we go up. All right, I won't close that because in case I want to use it again. And then I will use the Summer Splash. Pick this up, slide that in, and let's wake up our bristles. Tap on here, over here, start off the edge. And add our color. So we're going from Pool Party to Summer Splash. I made that pretty dark, so we'll need to deepen this. Keep going. Oh, Miss Adelaide is here. She almost missed it. No, you're going to love my card, Miss Adelaide. Turned out so pretty. And with different colors than you might have thought of. All right, so now we've got that graduated. Isn't that pretty? All right, I want to get that a little deeper. So pretty. Okay, so now this is where I will use the heat tool. And, this is the heat tool for embossing. Well, we also use it on that first setting to dry our cardstock. So we've got a little bit more blending to do, so that's why I want to use this. I'm going to use Lemon Lolly, and it'll stand out better if it's dry, right? Because if it's wet, and then I want to go back into my pad, but it'll also stand out better. Okay, so then I have the Lemon Lolly. Pick this up, slide that in, and of course another blending brush. I've gone back and forth between the regular blending brushes and the small, but we'll tap on here. You know what's nice about doing this tapping instead of digging all that into? They're not so saturated when I need to clean them. All right, and we're going to go right in the center. And hard to believe, but that Lemon Lolly will stand out. See, I didn't end up putting any into my pad, so drying it was very helpful. And so that's lightening up that center with some Lemon Lolly. So that nice little warm center. All right. We could add more if we wanted, but I'm going to stop there. We're done with this. Now look at this behind it. Isn't that pretty? Hey, Miss Robin, fantastic. We don't usually get her live at this time of day, so that's exciting. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, we could just put it right against it, which is nice, but oh, nice, nice, nice. Okay, so what I need is, oh, for Peter's sakes, I was using everything. Oh, it's right here. Okay, my Stampin' Seal. So let's put some on the back of here. And then tomorrow, when the video is done uploading to HD, I'll have a link to my blog post with this video. And there you'll find all the measurements as well as a downloadable PDF that includes the card sketch. So pretty. All right, so now let's put it all together. And remember, I've got the other one to show you at the end. This looked complicated, but so simple. We stamped, die cut, all in one fell swoop. And so I will use Coastal Cabana for my card base. Okay, maybe I need to back out a little bit. There we go. Okay, back out a little bit. And start layering all this. So I have some shaded spruce. I would have never put shaded spruce and Summer Splash. I said Coastal Cabana, but I meant Summer Splash together until this card. But then here we're going to layer some basic beige. That came out last year, and I'm just now starting to really use it so much more. Oh, Miss Adelaide, the colors, they're pretty and I think a little unusual, at least unusual for me. Like I said, Shaded Spruce was one of those I pretty much only pulled out at Christmas time, but now I'm giving it a completely different look. Okay. So isn't that pretty? And then we have what we just embossed with the beautiful patterns. And because it's embossed, let's go ahead and use the tear and tape adhesive. There we go. So I love this stuff because it's a good strong hold. You know, we use it for the 3D projects, you know, the boxes and stuff. It can hold that together. And so it definitely can hold this on. And it's inexpensive. And then I can put it around every bit of it because especially with a 3D embossing folder, sometimes they warp the cardstock. You know what I mean? You're trying to put down all these mini glue dots and you see a little buckle, I guess, where it raises up. So then you're trying to put in more after you put it on. Well, not with this, it can go all the way around. And so you're seeing me rub everywhere because my theory is, and I think I'm right, if it's sticking well, right, if it's adhered well, it makes that backing a whole lot easier to come off. Fantastic. So, Miss Robin, you weren't here at the beginning. This is from the Friendly Foliage, one of the November online exclusives that was just released today. And just one of the fabulous, I've got all kinds of stuff we'll be playing with. This one, I mean, the flowers are gorgeous. This one just fascinated me from the second I put my eyes on it and went, oh, wow. Okay, almost there. Look at that hold. I feel like I'm stuck in one of those sticky mousetrap thing, you know, those mice pad things. I don't know if you've ever, yeah, you don't want to get your finger stuck on one of those. Okay, and so can you see that pattern? Isn't that pretty? Those very delicate. And I thought, oh, how pretty with my Friendly Foliage. And so my Shaded Spruce isn't as wide, just a hint of color. That's beautiful. All right, so back with my Stampin' Seal, I put my finger where it's opaque. All right, sometimes I have to help it. That's okay. I like this stuff. We'll center this on here. We're not done. There is more to do. Okay, and so I have this strip that I'm going to put right here just for a little bit of decoration behind this. And okay, a couple of things. A little bit more of our tear and tape. Did I call it sticky strip? We used to have stuff 1,000 years ago called sticky strip. This is so much better. This is tear and tape. And you can see why. You just tear it right off. How convenient is that? You know, I just thought, did you say sticky strip? Same idea, but that had a backing on it that you couldn't get rid of. It had serious static cling. And these edges are nice. There's some mini glue dots because I want to stick it right in here. Let's do that. Okay, because I need to make up that difference. I've got 3 layers, so this will lay nicely for us. Okay, and then right about here, this is a fun card sketch, which I will have for you tomorrow, or depending on when you're watching. If you're watching Tuesday night, I'll have it for you tomorrow. There we go. And then back with my favorite adhesive ever, the Stampin' Dimensionals. And if you're just joining us, please give my video a thumbs up and a share. I sure appreciate that. Okay, so one in each corner. Good thing it doesn't matter that, you know, no one can see these because I sure didn't put those on nice and neat and straight. Whoop. Okay. And right about there. And so our greeting, and the greeting I'm using is included, and there's some nice greetings in here. Here for you always, wishing you all the best, get well soon, sending love, you're on my mind and in my heart, and thinking of you, in a mix of fonts. Very nice. Okay. Well, thank you, Miss Cheryl. She liked and shared it. So somewhere here, and I did cut it. Oh, when I moved the table, it was such a little piece. I've got the vellum cardstock, and then I had my table all set up, moved it over, and I bet that went flying. Okay, so I stamped Sending Love on our new vellum specialty paper. It is heavier than our old cardstock, and this is now available. And so I stamped that in shaded spruce. Yeah, I'm going to find that little piece somewhere and go, yep, that's what happened. And then it wasn't standing out very well against it, so I put a smaller piece, look, of the basic white behind it. So the Sending Love stands out, but then it looks a little airy with this. I'm so excited to have this. So the vellum specialty, I don't know why they're calling it pattern. There's no pattern, but paper. All right. So, very thrilled to have it. I just tickled with how heavy it is. So let's use the Stampin' Seal again. There we go. And because it's raised up, I didn't put one under mine. We'll see. I think that'll be fine. But if you want to give it some support, a mini glue dot there would be good. And then we have our finishing little touch. Yeah, it is a very beautiful stamp set. Our finishing touch, Miss Robin is telling us, delightful decorative dots and shaded spruce. How cool is that? Somebody used 2 of them. They come in 3 sizes. And you know what? I'll show you. I used the large the first time. Let's use the medium. Well, okay, we're going to go ahead and do it so you can compare the medium and the large together. All right. At first I thought, oh, I'm not so sure. Aren't these pretty? This was in the holiday collection as well. And there we have it. How easy was that? Oh, thank you, Miss Cheryl. How easy was that to do? I mean, this very easy to die cut. The blending, we're getting really good at that. That didn't take very long, but that just sets it off. So here it is with the large ones, and then here, or with the medium, and here with the large. I don't know. I started doing that thinking, no, I prefer the large. And then I'm looking at the medium. I like both. Well, thank you, Miss Adelaide. So how fun is that? What a color combination. Summer Splash, Shaded Spruce, Pool Party. And we use the Pool Party and the Summer Splash there with a little bit of Lemon Lolly. This was so much fun. Oh, thank you, Miss Tammy. Oh, yes. Well, you know what? I ordered it right away, and I finally got out to play with it because I thought, I don't understand how this works, but I'll figure it out. All right. So, and let me show you the card that I copied that I thought was so fabulous. I almost just demonstrated this tonight. Isn't that beautiful, too? So we've got nice and bright colors. And then the muted. Do you see this? That looks like background paper, doesn't it? And you can just feel the texture, or so you think. That's the new linen background stamp. Holy smokes. So this is basic beige cardstock, and I use crumb cake. And even that on there, I mean, it really looks like linen. I'm thinking, I can feel that. You can't. I mean, it's cardstock. Well, and that's where I got the idea with this. We've got the old olive and then a little bit of pretty peacock on there. And so they're not, I mean, they'd be fine just solid, but I love this card. And there's that thinking of you. Well, thank you, Miss Danette. Oh, you all are so generous. So like I said, I almost did this one for you. And that linen stamp, wowza. Wow. you're going to want that. So this is nice and muted, and that's my style. So no wonder this caught my attention, right? I thought, nope, I want to do something a little brighter. And there we have. That's what we made tonight with the new Friendly Foliage Bundle. And available to order now in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. I am crazy about this. And I've got other ideas that I want to do with this. And so I'm sure you'll be seeing it again. Oh, thank you, Miss Anna. Aw. Yeah, Miss Danette, that background stamp. This is, well, everything is a must-have, right? This friendly foliage and then that linen. You need both of them. Just no two ways about that. So there we go. And I apologize that I went outside and grabbed some nice weather and forgot a couple things, and that my vellum went flying somewhere. But I mean, we know how to stamp a greeting. And so, but that little bit of white behind there, I did try basic beige. They could blend in. It just kind of, it's funny, but it almost looked dirty. And I think with that white frame, so the basic white was much better backing that than the basic beige. Okay. Well, I am so glad. Oh, thank you, Miss Roxanne. Aw. Oh, Miss Cherie loves them both too. Like I said, I'm crazy about this bundle. Intrigued from the beginning and now just beyond thrilled with it. Love it, love it, love it. Life is good, huh? All right, so let's do this. Come back and see you. Fantastic. We can put the chat up here so I can talk with you and see that. So, you all are just so nice. You're so pleased. I'm so pleased that you liked what I liked. I'm like, oh, so pretty. I can't wait to show these ladies. I think it's mostly ladies, and any men, of course, are welcome anytime. It's the ladies that seem to visit with me, so that's why I said that. But the guys, there are definitely guy stampers, no two ways about that. All right, as I try to get my foot out of my mouth, right? Okay, well, thank you. So the November online exclusive started today, and of course, we never know their availability. They can run out anytime. Suddenly, they're not in the online store anymore. Let me tell you about that too. All right, so if you go and shop in my online store and there's something you're shopping for and it says currently unavailable, that means it'll be back. The supply will be replenished, and there is a place in there for you to put in your email address to get notified the second it's back in stock. And they're really good about it. I mean, it is very fast. So if it says currently unavailable, it will be back. If it's just not there, I'll go look for something, by the name of it and different things. And then I'll just, okay, what's the item number? And if it's not in the store, if you just can't find it in the store, it's gone. So, and that's what happens. We don't get a lot of times any warning. They just, boom, they disappear. So, and that's what can happen with the online exclusives. There is no definite set date. The catalogs have their end dates, and so those products tend to be available almost through to the end, not always, but because once they have the last chance list. But the online exclusives, we just don't know. We don't know. And I've seen things retire pretty quickly this last few months. Oh, okay. So with that, I would just get on over to my online store and pick this up. And you know where that is? shopwithshelly.com. So, thank you for joining me. I am so glad you liked this as much as I did. And so, you know what? It is that time of evening. Can you believe it? Right now, my face is all red because I forgot a couple things, but I appreciate your graciousness. And once again, I want to thank you for spending some of your Tuesday evening, if you're watching live, with me, or later, for spending time with me, enjoying this art of stamping, right? We're creating hand stamped smiles. So I'm Shelley God, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Thanks for watching. Good evening